Orchard Park. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Buffalo Bills. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it. This is Blake Corum. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They run straight ahead with Corum. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up.
Blake Corum, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with a missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And how about that return? Inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
A 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19. At the 29.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Mahomes now to throw. That complete to Downs. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now it's Mahomes again. Flushed out right. Touchdown! Bucky Irving, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills are an extra point away from capturing the lead. McManus's point after is good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
They run once more with Corum. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now Lawrence changing the play. They'll try and run for the first with Corum. Now inside the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Blake Corum, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Lions have regained the lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. Sheds off the tackle. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But see, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jahdae Barron. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick 6. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Mahomes going to throw.
43-yard line.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. You talk about these Lions defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create.
There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Downs, 57 yards. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Bills 14.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Corum. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now Lawrence escaping the pressure right. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. That's the safety, Caleb Downs. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he's going to be touchdown short of a 1st, and it's 4th down coming up. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Christian Watson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. McManus's point after is good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And finally, he's out of bounds, but not before a great return. He's all the way inside the 30.
At the Bills' 28-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
There to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That's to the left sideline and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. Down the right sideline. He may go. Touchdown, Detroit. Omari and Hampton, 70 yards. And the Lions have yet again retaken the lead. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
First and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. His pass left side to Downs. Good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
First and 10 at the 30.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mahomes to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Oh, I don't know if he's sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
But don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Mahomes throwing on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The drive starts with a carry by Corum. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 135 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
It's a gain of 20.
Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running left, Corum. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. They'll check this one down to Hampton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Now Lawrence. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Folk connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Christian Watson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Bills 29.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little more.
Right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. Out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. The Bills send the punter out. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 173 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
First down.
Now Lawrence now going to move him around. Corum now on 1st and 10. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, a 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On the give, it's Corum.
And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 30. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Up the middle, here's Corum.
And the penetration too strong. He won't make it back to the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
On the handoff, Corum.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's a quick throw caught by Higgins. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
First and goal, Detroit.
On the ground, this is Amari Hampton. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Omari Hampton with his second touchdown of the night. And the Lions are able to widen their advantage. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Folk out there now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out when they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Mahomes now to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
And that's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is taken around the 12. Breaks through the contact. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's deep. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Blake Corum, 79 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
47. Bills 29.
Folk out there now to kick this one off. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Joey Bosa able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Looking to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this will be caught at the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25.
48 yards. And the Bills first down. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And again, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Jack Fox set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Lawrence will throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Xavier Legette, 71 yards. And the Lions have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Bills 36.
Folk out there now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 42 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
That's another Bills. First down.
Irving. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Christian Watson.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit.
Mahomes will throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Keeps the score. Lions 53. Bills 42.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Lions have opened up a 3-score lead as they pull away here in the 4th.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Folk out there now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Eyes closed and my heart open just to get this off my chest and left my heart broken. Seeing how goofies are move for the green, saying we on the same team.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now here's Mahomes.
Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
From midfield, here's Mahomes.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Christian Watson.
50 yards.
And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Lawrence going to move him around a bit.
The Lions, first down.
They'll go back to Corum on first down. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Now a handoff for Corum. And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory.
5-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Lions.
To the right side, this is Corum.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Corum.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Blake Corum.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
That's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Folk out there now to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's a gain of 20.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll buy some time right. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Bucky Irving, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bills get a bit closer.
The Bills are lining up for
Mahomes.
a 2-point conversion.
And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally. But here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up.
And he takes a shot at the end of that play.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. They get toward back at the 40. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down.
Lawrence. Got a man. That's Leggett.
And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
They'll run for it. It's Corum. And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
4th down. Here's Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T. Higgins from 10 yards out. And the Lions have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th.
For the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. And the connection not there. Incomplete. Just 14 seconds down to the final couple of plays here. Folk out there now to kick this one off.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Mahomes.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Jahdae Barron. And the Lions will take over here just shy of the 30. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
At the 33-yard line.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.